Hello, everybody. I'm Professor Hall, and school starts Monday. I know I'm excited too. I wanted to remind you of a couple things that I thought we'd go through the course together. Sometimes I log in places and I have no idea what I'm seeing, and it makes me go into a brainstorm. So I thought we'd do that together. This course, English 1B, is designed for me to prove to you that you are brilliant. Everything in the course is geared to that proof and that evidence. And I want to remind you all that we have SLOs here that's contained in the syllabus, and you might want to take time to look those over. Those are student learning outcomes. There are some skills that you are to learn in this class, and some skills that you were already needed to have learned before you took this course. Regardless, that's what we have as instructors as our requirements. Now, how we do that is up to us. And I have found very creative ways of achieving those goals. And I hope that you'll enjoy the way the course is laid out. If you were expecting a course where you read a chapter in a textbook and answer the questions at the end of the chapter, that is not this class. I'm a very creative thinker, and I know lots of ways to get up that mountain to prove to you that you are brilliant. The only obstacle that's in my way is AI and other people sometimes. AI content is so obvious. It's so obvious. And it hurts my heart when I see a student do that. And if that happens, then the content gets flagged and we need to have a meeting and talk about your content. So the rule of thumb is just don't do it. I want to show you how brilliant you are. Another problem I have sometimes is that some students have other people do the course for them, and all best of intention, that other person enters into an agreement to do assignments for that student or to help them do assignments better. And that just keeps you from your brilliance. So I want to make sure that we start off on the right foot. Let's go ahead and take a look at the course together. That's enough of all that. Let's look at some fun stuff. When you log in the course, this far left menu is your navigation for your account, which shows your name, whatever information you placed in there. The dashboard, which shows you all of the courses that you're taking, your courses. The calendar shows you what's due in this course in pretty purple font, and an inbox where you can send emails and receive emails from me. History Studio Student Resources. Now, this menu is how you navigate yourself through the course. We have the Home tab, which is where we are now, Announcements, Modules, which is where all the fun happens, Assignments, where you can see your assignments there as well as in your calendar, the Syllabus, which you'll want to take your time to review, your Grade Center, the Library, which is a fantastic resource, online student readiness tutorials, and online tutoring. Remember, it is important that you understand that you must take this course on a computer. Sometimes students try to do the assignments on a phone, and I've seen what that looks like myself, and it's extremely confusing because it looks like the assignment is all there is to it, when there are other pages in the module that need to be studied in order to understand the assignment. I've written everything myself, so there isn't any content that hasn't been written by me that isn't important. On this home page, there's this little navigation tutorial, which is what we're doing now. You can also refer back to that. This is a syllabus review. This is not the entire syllabus, but I sort of hit some bullet points there for that. And then a click that takes us over to the modules. Let's go to the modules together. As you can see, we're in modules. So we have the Start Here module, and a couple of things to point out. The Cyber Cafe group. There are two ways to enter into discussion boards with our class. The open forum is available only for welcoming yourself and inviting other people to get to know you who are in the big class. You are also placed in a smaller Cyber Cafe group, which is where you will complete weekly posts and a few assignments. There's not a lot in the discussion boards. I don't like busy work, but it is important that we remain a viable, functioning course where student activity is happening. that's enough on that. Then let's look at just lock your choices. What in the world does that mean? Let's look at it together. I'm just going to click on it so you can see how fast things come up. There's a tutorial, but throughout the course, there are some assignments where you will be locking your individual choice. I've never understood why people have everybody read the same thing. I've never understood that. You all have such different interests. And yes, there do need to be some bumper guards on the choices that are made, but these are where you're going to come and you're going to lock your choices so that other students cannot get your choice. There's one topic or image per person. Let's just take a second and look at that because it could be, I can see where that might be confusing. First of all, later on in the semester, you're going to be reading a classic piece of literature. So here, when you click this, that takes us over to the discussion board, and it takes us over to this block. You're going to look at these choices. There are lots and lots and lots of choices. More choices and more and more and more, and you're going to pick one of these that you like, that you think sounds interesting, and you will lock that choice, and I'll show you how to do that. So these are all the classics. You can also study a stage play. If you think you might be a playwright one day, maybe you want to pursue a classic stage play. Click there, pick one of those. And you're going to use free ebooks for this, and Gutenberg is a great resource to find free ebooks. Sometimes some of these links work as well, but I don't want you to have to go out and purchase a book when you can get free ebooks. So once you pick one of those, then you're going to go back and you're going to click reply, and that will take you to a little text box. And in that text box, you simply place your name and the title that you have locked. Just like that. And then down here, you click the reply. And that posts your lock. Now, when other students come in, they will look for their own choices, but they'll have to make sure that the topic that they select has not already been chosen. So now I've locked my classic, and I'll come back to that later on in the semester when it's time for that assignment. Now the hero archetypes list. That's another essay that's coming up later, but I want to go ahead and lock down my hero right now. Let's look at that together. And once again, we have a character list. We click on that, and we're going to pick one of these heroes. Whichever one sounds interesting to you, follow the same procedure by clicking reply and posting that hero. Make sure nobody else has chosen that. And finally, I'm going to lock down my image for the final essay. I'm not going to be getting to this until later on in the semester, but I want to make sure nobody gets the image that I've selected. Let's look at this together. Okay, again, instruction video if you want to watch that. And here are images to explore. If you want to write a crime story, there are images here. Images for the final exam are also included here. Let's just take a look at one of these just for an example. And let's say I pick this one. I'm going to take a screenshot of this image, and I'm going to download that to my computer, and that is going to be the title image for my final essay, which is a creative essay. After you've studied all kinds of other literature, I think it's fun to write literature yourself. So that's it for the topic locks. You would make sure that you would take this screenshot. You will also embed that into the discussion post. I'll show you how to do that real quick. When I've picked my image that I'm going to use later on in the semester, I click reply. I've saved that screenshot to my desktop, and I'm going to insert that picture, upload the image, and I'm going to make sure that it's not too huge, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I've decided I'm going to write a crime story, and I'm going to write it about these two little rascal dogs stealing the Christmas presents. So I've uploaded that. Down here, I click submit, and that's going to put the image into that text box that I just showed you. And you can see the image is just huge. It doesn't need to be this big. So I'm going to lock this. I'm going to click it, That gives me these little toggle errors. And I get it that big. Well, I want it to be big enough to people see. There we go. And I click the reply, and there it is. Now, any other student can see what I've locked, and they won't be able to use that image. They'd need to find a different image. Okay, so that was a long time spent on that, but that shows you an awful lot of things about the course. So now we're going to go down, and we're moving on down to office hours, which you can click on. Office hours are every Monday, 11 a.m. to noon. By clicking there, you'll find a link that takes you directly to the waiting room for online office hours. Student privacy, it's very important that we look at this student privacy policy and the laws. These are the laws. Your information about your personal life is yours. You do not need to ever send me information about what's going on in your life. I'm going to believe you. I would believe you no matter what you said. So make sure that we realize it's not that I don't care about you individually. I care about you. I care about your brilliance, and I respect your privacy, and I will obey these laws. So take a look at that when you get a minute. Now let's go back over to the modules. That's the last thing I'm going to pause on, other than word count. As I said at the beginning, there are a certain number of words that are required by the district. Each submission that you send to me will give yourself credit for those words. I don't know about you, but I'm going to give myself credit for every single word I write. So we're going to make sure that we get that, and look at that page when you get a minute. There's a tutorial in there. Then these are the course study documents. As I said, there's no textbook required for this course. These are the pages, and they all include tutorials for those of you who are visual learners. Now let's go down to our assignments. As you can see in week 1, these are the assignments, and I know there's a lot of them. You see this owl, what in the world? That's the online writing lab. And for that lab requirement for this course, I've included some creative assignments for you to enjoy. So you'll click on those, you'll do those as they are shown. Let's take a moment and look at one particular assignment. This first one, your writing style. It's very important that you learn how you learn. I'm going to pause here and talk to you just a second. You all, a lot of times in my life, I've been upset with myself because I didn't do something perfectly. And the deal is, how would I know how to do that until I've learned? And how can I learn that if I don't know how it is that I learn? I am a very visual learner, and you can show me something and I'll be able to do it. Looking at a big instructions thing with a graph and charts and all that kind of stuff, but I know how I learn, so I stopped blaming myself for not being perfect once I embraced how it is that I learn. So let's go back over here, and this is the assignment. And I want to show you, this is a sample assignment. This is the only one I'm going to show you like this. So when we open the assignment, we see that it is submitted by a file upload, and the type of the file is a PDF. When we get the assignment finished, we're going to click start the assignment there. So this is what we're going to do. You wanted to study this page. Let's look at this page together. This page shows you all the information that's required and asked of you in the assignment. This is really fun. Learning how you think is so much fun. So this is a little page that I created for you. And you can see if it rings true for you. It may not. It certainly does for me. In the assignment, it asks for the order of the icons. Those are these little icons. You can put them in any order you like. You can't flunk this assignment. And that's going to explain the items that are detailed in the assignment. So I clicked on that little page and I studied that. Then this is a 20-question quiz that I'm going to take. At the end of this, look at it together. At the end of this quiz, I'm going to start this. You can't flunk the assignment. It's just showing you how you learn. And it's going to show you the results, and it'll give you percentages of how you learn visually, auditory, tactile. When you complete that quiz, you will show the results to me in a list. This will be your percentage, your percentage, your percentage. It shows me how you learn. Next, I'm going to show you a little bit about outlining, and you don't have to fill in anything other than the highlighted items. You're going to copy this and paste it into a fresh document. So you'll already have the format for the outline. You'll just do these things. Here, you're going to insert the picture of a baby, a human baby. And you can click there if you need to find a picture, or you can click and add a picture that is you as a baby. And by baby, I mean baby. I don't mean you as a teenager. I mean baby. So there is a little video for instructions. After you've completed everything, then you'll look it over. You'll save it as a PDF to your desktop. And now you're ready to start the assignment. As you can see, you're going to do a file upload. So we just stay in here. Pay no attention to these other things, just this. And you're going to pick that file, that PDF, and you're going to submit the assignment. If you had any comments, I usually don't, but if you do, put those there and then click submit the assignment and it will submit that PDF. Now we're just going to breeze through the rest of it now that we've gone through that specifically. I clicked on this one to just show you this. Sometimes the submission is a text entry box. We do that by clicking the assignment after we've completed everything, and we make sure we put our name, course, date, and word count up here. I can't grade anything that doesn't have a grade name on it. And then we complete the assignment there. We can go up to here to format. We're going to go to font, and we're going to change the font to Times New Roman, and we're going to name, course, date, and word count right there. And then we'll come down and we'll do the assignment, whatever the specific instructions have been. Take a quick second to look at week 3, which is the same week as Labor Day. This week is devoted to allowing you time to read your classic essay, to look at the course information about that. There's a little discussion board tutorial for the classic essay. And then this is an example of me grading that essay. So for this week, you don't have anything that's due other than the Cyber Cafe post, which is due every week. But you will have that entire week to read your classic in a leisurely form and work on the essay. The next week, starting September 9th, is when the essay is due. And it's a very short essay, but it's an important one. So wanted to make sure that you know that. And also, since Labor Day is on a Monday, there will not be office hours on for that week. That week is just designed for you to have a time to study and read your classic piece of literature. And on the rest of the course goes, each week begins with the date. The discussion boards can be accessed over here by looking at discussion boards and when they are due. As you can see, each Monday you're taken to this post. And finally, I want to end this with looking at the announcements. Right now, you're looking at my announcement board. Each week, you receive a week in preview on that Saturday, and you can click that open and see what's coming up for the week to come. Assignments for the semester are in groups and they are weighted. As you can imagine, this short assignment would not have the same weight as the hero archetype essay, which is a bigger essay. So each item is weighted differently. You can find those weights by looking in the syllabus. The syllabus review is here. You can access the syllabus here as well as clicking here. So make sure that you take some time to look at the syllabus, and that's something that you're required to know. I know this has been a little bit longer tutorial, but I wanted to make sure that you had an opportunity to take a look at the course before you log in. I'm excited about the semester. It gives me a huge thrill when I get to prove to you just how brilliant you are. So enjoy the course, and I'll see you on Monday.